Hello everyone, today we're doing a very quick comparison. So we are comparing the MXR carbon copy, oh my god, who doesn't love the carbon copy, against the TC Electronic Bucket Brigade analog delay. Now judging by the name, you know who it's copying. It is copying the carbon copy. Now in terms of features, the carbon copy has stayed the same pretty much since the day of its inception. You have the mixed delay region, a button for the modulation, and inside the pedal there's a trim port to adjust the rate or something of the mod, so you can tweak that a little bit. Over here on the TC Electronic Bucket Brigade analog delay, you have 4 knobs instead of 3. So you have the equivalent of the MXR in terms of the delay, the feedback, and the volume of the delay. But you also have a depth knob which will adjust the modulation, which is turned on via a toggle switch. So I'm going to fool around and kind of let you hear how the repeats sound, so you can judge whether spending more for the carbon copy is worth your money, or if you have a severe budget and you want to buy something a little more cheaper and you figured you want to be able to tweak the modulation on the pedal itself. Do you want the TC Electronic? So what I'm going to do is I am going to reset this pedal with the delay timed max and the feedback with 1 repeat with a pretty high mix, so we can hear the difference of tone in the repeats. But before that, my signal chain here is this Gibson Traditional Pro going into the Hughes & Kenner Tubemeister Deluxe 20, which is being fed through a orange 2x12 vertical camera, being mic'd up by a SC Electronics V7X. And the effects loop, I have these 2 pedals and also have a tiny bit of reverb, because reverb makes me happy. So here is the clean tone. And now let's hear the difference in repeats with the carbon copy and the Bucket Brigade analog delay. First up, the carbon copy. So just 1 note. So you can hear that the Bucket Brigade is just a tad darker in terms of the repeats. The carbon copy still has a bit more presence to the repeats. So now let's do the same thing. I'm going to turn up the regen or the feedback or the amount of repeats on each pedal, and let's share it with a chord strummed out first. Bucket Brigade. So with the chord, you kind of start hearing less of a difference, because it kind of washes out with all the notes being played. Now let's let the chord ring out. Again, the carbon copy. Bucket Brigade. Carbon copy again. Bucket Brigade. Kind of starts blending with each other, doesn't it, the tone? My ears are starting to not tell the difference. Anyway, let's next check out the modulation. I'm going to turn the mix. I'm going to leave the mix alone. I'm going to turn up the amount of repeats. Right, here we go. First up, the carbon copy. Very lush. Now, turn on the modulation on the Bucket Brigade. Very beautiful. So if you notice, I have the depth knob for the modulation just past 12 o'clock because I find that anything below that, it gets a bit too subtle. So if you want a bit more, less lush sounding chord, it's not too in your face, you can have the depth below 12 o'clock. So if you kind of crank it past that, it gets way more lush. Back to the carbon copy. Final part of the test is I'm going to turn off the modulation for a bit. We're going to turn to the crunch channel of the amp. I'm going to turn down the mix a little bit. Right, I'm going to leave it right there. Here is the distorted tone of the amp. So first up, carbon copy. Next, the Bucket Brigade. It's sounding very much the same actually. Next, the Bucket Brigade. Next, with the modulation, again, I'm going to bring the mix right down to the center this time. All right, carbon copy first. We do some chords as well this time, yeah? Both sounding great actually. I did not expect the Bucket Brigade to kind of like nail the repeats and modulation lushness compared to the carbon copy. Let's very quickly go back to the clean channel. I'm going to go to the neck pickup and just check this out one more last time before I say goodbye. Modulation on. sounding great. Well, the only thing that will kind of like, help you make a decision is, do you want to use a battery with the pedal? So the carbon copy can obviously house a battery, but the TC Electronic cannot house a battery, and I believe the TC requires more power compared to the carbon copy. Anyway, let us know what you think about the tones achieved here today. Leave a comment down below. Which did you prefer? Did you hear a difference? Did you not hear a difference? Would you still go for the carbon copy, or screw it, you get something cheaper like the Bucket Brigade? Let us know. Give us a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, and see you in the next one.